Today's the day, folks. It's the first part of the season 1 finale because they just announced that the Bad Batch was going on for another season. Now, this is great news because at first I thought that doing another season in this time frame was going to be too constrained for them, that the galaxy was going to feel smaller and smaller because within this time frame a lot of people exist, a lot of important people exist, and it would turn into a cameo fest. But what we've seen in the previous weeks leading up to this week is a lot of story centered around the Bad Batch and Omega. And if we're not going to get the answers for who Omega is and what her origin is in this first finale, then it makes sense that the story is going to continue further from here. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen in this episode, but let's just dive right in and see what this is all about.
Without the council, and without you.
Return to Kamino. We knew it was going to happen. Here we go.
They'll still come for you.
Yeah, I feel like they will. Omega's with them. She's gonna be the moral compass that says, hey, wouldn't you do the same? Man, Kamino's looking very different these days. Stay on schedule. That's how you know someone's a douche. Schedule. I'm just kidding.
Keep an eye on things.
Yes, Admiral.
Well, you know what that means. It means that Crosshair is due for a redemption. Because Rampart's already planning against him.
To a landing pad that we can use in Topoka City.
Every platform.
Hey, return to Topoka City as well.
Not this one. Trust me. Lower.
It's underwater. This landing platform's reminding me of the book Bloodline. Highly recommend.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing that like her hair is all wet. Such awesome, like details.
Not the ones that matter.
Ooh, the audible hit. That was palpable.
And I did.
Ooh. Something to think about, folks. As you sit there and condemn Crosshair. Yeah, I know he's... I just want him to be redeemed. I just want him to fight back.
Do not shoot. I am AZ-3452.
But you will. Can't you
Oh,
see
is he gonna put his chip back in?
Time to go.
What does that sigh mean? He's showing a lot more, like, humanity. Sidelined again, Omega. But Omega's gonna be the one that saves them.
Guess you're wrong about that.
That's why I'm going to give you what you never gave me. A chance.
Crosshair. Crosshair. Yes! Let's do it!
We can be again.
Okay, so he's not redeemed. He just has his own agenda.
Why would we trust you?
Woo! Man. Come on, Crosshair, you're breaking my heart, dude. Yeah, it's the theme. The whole Bad Batch is together, although, you know, on shaky ground, but still. The song. Oh man, the song is pumping right now. Oh, are they gonna purge Kamino? Are they just gonna bomb it? Or like bombard it? Yes, rub that head. Rub that head. And come to your senses.
I had my chip removed a long time ago.
No.
Since when?
You did the same for me.
I knew she was gonna say it at least once in this episode. Man, why is it so empty? Where are all our clones? I was expecting to see the Kamino uprising or something.
Son, we're in position.
And now they're just gonna bombard the place with turbo lasers. That was a great episode. A great start to a two-part finale that is just kicking this whole show into high gear. I don't know what to say about Crosshair. I was getting my hopes up. I was seeing him show some signs of humanity. He was talking to Hunter, giving him small signals that he would try to help them, sending Omega away, saying that it was safer for her to be away from the squad instead of being in constant danger around fugitives. You know, his heart was in the right place when he was talking about all that stuff. But then the realization that he had his chip removed a long time ago, and this was just him. We were operating under the assumption that throughout this whole time he was chasing down the Bad Batch, that he had no choice, that the chip was making him do all of these bad things. We had Omega speaking up for him throughout these episodes saying he has no choice. What does it mean going forward though? I don't know. I think at the very least, since the Bad Batch has Crosshair back in their captivity, they can work together to maybe reverse the conditioning that's there. Because as much as he wants to believe it, as much as he does believe it, that's not Crosshair. I think in the midst of him having his inhibitor chip amplified on the daily, all the way until he had it supposedly removed, I think some of the chip caused a little bit of a residual effect. And I point to one source on this, and that's Hauser. Let's not forget Hauser. Hauser still had his chip on, but he was showing signs of questioning orders. He was showing signs of retaining his independence. So using Hauser as a foundation for my theory on Crosshair is that he did remove it a long time ago, but there was residual effects. And I think now that he's back with the Bad Batch, he's gonna slowly unravel and rebuild himself back to the Crosshair before the chip was activated, which brings us to predictions for next week. I've always maintained that at the very least, even if there is multiple seasons, that this one was going to end with someone on the Bad Batch dying. We all know it. Filoni is infamous for doing this. So who's going to die? I think at this point, the most likely candidate is Crosshair. He wants Hunter and the others to believe that this is who he truly is without his chip. But going off of my theory about residual effects and it wearing off, I think it's going to reach a point in the next episode where the Bad Batch is driven into a corner, Omega is in danger, and Crosshair fighting through the residual effects of the chip is going to make the ultimate sacrifice. He's going to save Omega, and he's going to be the one that dies. Because I can't think of a narrative reason as to how Crosshair continues in this way. I think it's more impactful for the story if he does slowly build himself up back to where he was, only to sacrifice himself for the one person he was chasing down in the beginning, Omega. Now looking on to season 2, if the conflict with Crosshair is resolved in the next episode and if he ends up sacrificing himself, there needs to be another bad. And I think it's going to continue in the form of Admiral Rampart, but I think we might see Cody. From the very beginning, I thought Cody was going to play some kind of role in being the villain or the big bad. And if they're going to resolve this thing with Crosshair and potentially sacrifice Crosshair, there needs to be someone else. Rampart can play the mastermind, but he needs a muscle man. He needs someone to go after the Bad Batch and enact his plans. But that's all I've got for you other than Quinlan Voss is going to show. Anyways, that was a great episode. And to the viewers out there that have been constantly asking what happened to the clones, what happened to Kamino after Order 66, we've got about 90% of the answers here. They phased out the clones in favor of human conscripts, and then of course at the end of this episode we see them bombard the facility with turbo lasers, which means the facility is destroyed. Of course they said all essential personnel have been removed. We don't know who is an essential personnel other than Nala Se, but yeah, it looked like they got rid of all of the regs. And so you have to wonder what season 2 is going to comprise. Maybe a bunch of the regs escaped with Rex's help. Maybe they're going to have a clone uprising that's not in Kamino, but we'll see. In any case, that'll do it for my reaction and breakdown of episode 15, Return to Kamino. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I know a lot of you who watch my videos are not yet subscribed, so please do. Ring the bell notification, and of course a huge thank you to our channel members, Squadron 7, without which I could not continue to make content. But that's the end. On to the next one. For Light and Life, we are all the Republic, and may the Force be with you.